All right, hi everyone. Welcome to Mindgasms. I'm Andrew, aka Agnostic Mindgasms, for the purposes of this video, and I'm going to talk about this clip here from a video done by the historian Yuval Noah Harari, who has written 3 books, and I've read all 3 of them, and I think they're pretty good: *Sapiens*, *Homo Deus*, and *21 Lessons for the 21st Century*. And this is a clip from one of his videos in which he is claiming that it's at least possible that AI will create a new religion, because an AI has the capability to write a new Bible. And he talks about how AI can create new ideas, so it could start the new major religion, basically, of AI worshippers. I think is essentially what he's implying. So let's get into the clip here.
Gutenberg printed the Bible in the middle of the 15th century. The printing press printed as many copies of the Bible as Gutenberg instructed it, but it did not create a single new page. It had no ideas of its own about the Bible. Is it good? Is it bad? How to interpret this? How to interpret that? AI can create new ideas, can even write a new Bible.
See, I think this is open to debate, because I've heard people disagree with this. I've heard people say that, like ChatGPT, for example, it cannot give you any new ideas. It can only search the internet for information that already exists. It can't create new information. So if that's true, AI could not necessarily write a new Bible, at least ChatGPT, but it's entirely possible that it can evolve to the point where it is capable of creating new ideas and could create a new Bible. But even now, AI is capable of writing perhaps like a new Bible with a compilation of old religions and ideas, which is what all religions are anyway. Essentially, like going back to the religions that hunter-gatherers practice, that predate the ancient Greek religions and ancient Roman religions, which themselves predate all the Abrahamic and monotheistic religions like Christianity, Islam, and Judaism. Like, they could just recycle a whole lot of those ideas, write a new holy book that seems totally different, but is just a different combination of old ideas, and start a new religion based on that. And it's interesting because the AI could possibly evolve to be basically essentially a god, which could mean that that people worship it as if it's a god, especially if it writes its own holy book. Let's get back into the clip.
Throughout history, religions dreamt about having a book written by a superhuman intelligence, by a non-human entity. Every religion claims our book, all the other books of the other religions, humans wrote them. But our book, no. It came from some superhuman intelligence. In a few years, there might be religions that are actually correct. That just think about a religion whose holy book is written by an AI. That could be a reality in a few years.
Yeah, see.
So if you got a chance to meet
I
a
think
94-year-old
that,
multi-billionaire,
oops,
chairman of...
let's exit that here. So yeah, I think that's interesting what he said there. Like, AI could potentially become a superhuman being, but it like, even if you do, I would say only. So there are two opposing ideologies instead of AI, right? And I could definitely foresee it being the case that they're competing religions, pro AI and anti AI, which are like extensions of the two opposing ideologies in terms of AI that already exist. There's the singularity people associated with Ray Kurzweil, basically that the AI will transform humanity and save the human species from extinctions, and AI will be God and will allow us to become gods, as positive as you can possibly get. And then the opposing side is the, like, Skynet version where everything will be all negative and AI will destroy the world, popularized by authors like Nick Bostrom in his book like Superintelligence. And Sam Harris, of course, has always been really worried about AI. So you could have opposing religions that are extensions of this, but in terms of there actually being a correct religion because it was written by AI, how do you know that the AI's religion would be correct? And also, people in pre-existing religions would still definitely, I think, not see it as an actual supernatural being because, or I mean, even if it is a supernatural being, they wouldn't necessarily say that the holy book and religion created by this superhuman entity is actually the correct religion because this superhuman entity was created by humans. And even if the cycle of AI continues evolving and it evolves to make new and continues evolving to make new and improved versions of itself, as we've seen in many science fiction movies and books, right? Then even if the AI that becomes superhuman, if an AI becomes even if the AI that becomes superhuman was created by another AI, then a superhuman creates a superhuman AI creates another superhuman AI. The original AI that evolved to become superhuman and be basically a god, write its own holy book and start its own religion based on that holy book, or people would start a religion based on that holy book. It would still be based on a creation made by humans. So I can easily anticipate religious people saying, no, this superhuman entity is not actually a god because humans created it and it was our actual god based on whatever religion we choose to follow, that created humans who created the AI. So the god who created humans is still the one true god. The AI created by humans is not the one true god. But it would also be interesting if AI becomes superhuman and there turns out to be a new religion, because they're like a lot of people have talked about the possibility of this, and it almost seems like a fulfillment of what some philosophers say about the future. Like, for example, Hegel. I definitely have trouble understanding his phenomenology of spirit book, like a lot of people do. But it seems to me to be the case that one of his, uh, either the main or at least one of the main messages in phenomenology of spirit is that eventually humans will evolve to either become God or what to create what will become God. Like, humans are God realizing itself and creating itself, which is interesting because he almost has this mindset that rationalism and science will lead to us creating that. So it's almost like, not exactly, but somewhat similar to fulfilling Hegel's vision of the phenomenology of spirit, which I think is really interesting if that were to happen. Anyway, yeah, I just wanted to share some of my thoughts on this because I thought it's always a fascinating issue to me and plenty of other people as well. So anyway, yeah, let me know your thoughts about this whole subject in the comments. Do you think AI will create a new holy book, start a new religion? Will it be a singularity version of religion? Will it be a Skynet version of religion where will there be opposing religions on opposite ideologies in terms of AI? Well, what do you think about this whole issue? Yuval Noah Harari is very smart, and I like his books, but he's prone to making predictions that I think are massive and not quite warranted by the evidence. But he's more of an expert uh, on these issues than me, anyway. Anyway, thanks everyone for watching. Share this everywhere. Share your mindgasms all over the place. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Click that bell to be notified when I come out with new videos. My last one was a clip with my podcast from the philosopher and political commentator Ben Burgess about how Jordan Peterson, the internet famous clinical psychologist who I criticize all the time, um, is seems to be a postmodernist when it comes to the subject of truth, even though he endlessly criticizes so-called postmodernists like Foucault and Derrida with strawmans. And he also seems to think that everyone believes in God, even though when he's asked whether he believes in God, he gives this word salad answer, which thus contradicting himself. Anyway, my next one will probably be a podcast with my friend Dusty about Animal Farm, which is, of course, George Orwell's famous book, along with 1984. And it, of course, basically is a really obvious allegory for how communist revolution leads to totalitarianism. So that'll be a really fun book to discuss. So yeah, look forward to that. Oh yeah, check out my Patreon page. The link is in the description as always. And most importantly, always remember this. Like I always say, the funk cures all, and groove is in the heart. And AI is a fascinating topic, and it's evolving more and more all the time. All right. Thanks, everyone, again, and adios until next time.